Hello, good afternoon, and you are with us on EP Radio TV. Welcome to News in Brief. My name is Kevin Lambert Hedsane, and this afternoon we take you to elsewhere Nigeria as a development that suggests that 7 persons are said to have been killed at the weekend as two rival cult groups clash in Ogeli, headquarters of Ogeli North local government area, elsewhere within Delta State in Nigeria. And this afternoon, we are joined via Zoom this afternoon to look at this development. I do have with me Eugene Apoche, the CEO of Genie Security Service in Abuja, and he's also a pro-activist considered in that part of the world as a voice for the youth. And they've also been championing a campaign that has been calling for an end to the kind of killing that has been ongoing in that part of the world. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon.
It's good to have you, sir. You are live with us on EP Radio TV. First of all, what can you tell us about this very community that we are talking about, the Ogeli community?
Well, first of all, I would want to state it for those that do not know Ugeli, because Ugeli is a very small town in Delta State, Nigeria. It serves as the headquarters of the Ugeli North local government, and there are people and those that reside in Ugeli. Ugeli is an industrial town and a spot for agriculture. Well, this fight has been ongoing since the 13th of November. It's a cold clash. Because I've been on a campaign trail on social media for End the Killing Ugeli for a while now. And I've been on the trail, End the killing. But people are wondering what's killing? What's causing this killing? Mentioning the roots of the killing is very, very paramount and very important. Cultism is an evil that must be called what it is. Because until it is called what it is, then we're not ready for the change that we see. So I hope you understand that I'll be very, very discreet in everything I say, because it's a matter of cultism, and one has to be very, very discreet.
Very well. But before we even go to the main point at issue, looking at the community of Ugeli in Nigeria, you are a security expert. Generally, how has the security arrangement in that part of the country been over the years?
I would not lie to you, the security situation of Ugeli is on a very low. It's not as much expected as the security in a town should be. It's the same reason why the boys are out there carrying guns on the streets, carrying weapons. In a society or a town where security is on high alert, you can't have youth carrying guns on the street. This is Nigeria, for God's sake. If not even the private security company is allowed to carry a personal weapon, let alone the civilian youth carrying weapons on the streets and maiming each other, killing each other. It's out of place. So if you ask me how the security situation is here in Ugeli, then I would say it's on a very low. It's on the low.
Very well. Now let's move on to the main issue that has got to do with some two cult groups having some serious issues with one another.
Yeah.
For that matter, having clashing over the days before now. Tell us about it. What do we know as the cause of this clash between these two factions?
Like I told you, I'll be very discreet. Some details would be withheld, and I would not divulge everything, like per se. So, but we know in Ugeli there's been court clashes over 20 years. It's not a new thing, but this time around it's pretty different. Growing up in Ugeli, we've had several court clashes. Different gangs killing themselves, maiming themselves, but it's not as bad as this. the reason why we're actually calling it out because this is really, really terrible this time around. Before now, it's been on the low. You see guys, gangs coming out with cutlasses, machetes, coming out with knives and axes. Not guns, not guns. But this time around, it's guns, and it's intriguing. It's it's something else, you know. So cold clashes has been on for a while. It's not a new thing. You have this man has his girlfriend and this takes his girlfriend from him. It happens everywhere. It results into cold clashes. So it's not a new thing, but the problem is it has involved guns now.
Mm.
And when a clash involves guns, then everybody must be scared for their life. So after what caused the clash, it's not a thing I would want to dabble into at the moment, but I would want to get into the cure and the solution of the problem. I think that's what we should be looking at.
Over here, we gathered that about 7 people have been killed as a result of these clashes. What can you tell us regarding the casualty rates?
Yeah, when it started in over in less than 72 hours, 3 people were dead first. It got to a few days later, 5 people. I think the rate is about 8 at the moment, with about 3 people injured. It's really alarming.
Very well.
And
Before we take leave of you, if you do have some recommendations, if government officials, what you think is needed to be done for these issues to be resolved?
yeah, now as per solution, we have the local government chairman, we have the governor, we have House of Assembly members. I think they should come into this, look at the security situation here in Ughelli and act upon it. First things first, you know, drugs has actually destroyed the town.
Mm.
The town is, drugs and corrosive substances have actually destroyed the town. All the youths are indulging in drugs. First, the change has to come from drug houses first. Those drug joints. Clear those joints out. It's going to cause uproar. People will frown at it. Yes, but this is the change that we see. We don't. The first time before now, we had what we call a task force comprised of safe youths in town. We gave them guns. We try to curb the violence, to curb thievery and all of that. But it turned sour. So this time around, I don't recommend a task force comprising of youth. It should be a task force comprising of policemen, soldiers, and other paramilitary organizations. Go to these joints, get these joints down, these drug joints, where they sell weed, marijuana, and all of that, cracks and all of that. Stop these joints first. Then, anybody, you do a thorough stop and search for all the youth. You see anybody with weapons, you curb it. But start with the drug houses first.
Mm.
Those drug houses are the root cause of violence. When a man takes cocaine or takes marijuana, he tends to want to do whatever he likes. So when you stop the drug houses, you stop violence in town.
What would be your message? What would be your message for the populace, for that very community regarding this development?
I would want to tell the youth of Ughelli, both male and female, to shun violence. We should look at a better future. We have lives. We're all vibrant youths. If you look at it in one way or the other, we are all related because we are all Urobos from the Ughelli kingdom. We're all related in one way or the other. Killing each other is not it at all. It's high time. It's high time we stop it and embrace peace. That's my message for that.
Thank you very much. And that happened to be Eugene Apochi, who is the CEO of Genie Security Services elsewhere in Abuja. He is also a pro-activist, considered largely to be a voice for the youth in that part of the world. And stay with us. This is EP Radio TV coming to you from Abelempe here in Accra, Ghana. And regarding this same development, some youths and populace of that very community have been speaking on social media calling on people to put an end to the violence in that part of the country. So stay with us here on EP Radio TV.